All right, friends, followers, and fellow book lovers. I'm excited to bring you a new book that I recently read. And the book was Talent is Overrated by Geoff Colvin. And as you can see, I've got some notes. But as you guys may also know, I'm only going to share 6 things out of this with you because really the goal is to help you go pick it up and read it, right? So, why this book? First of all, this is a book study book for the group I'm in, the leadership group I'm in. And so it's the book for February. However, this book is also a national bestseller, and it is also a leadership book. And let me tell you what, it's a very good leadership book. 3 leadership principles in this book. Leaders find joy in the pursuit of a goal. Leaders do the hard work to succeed, and leaders always have another goal. There's no such thing as not another goal. Depending on how far you want to go. If you want to go to the utmost limit of your abilities and talents and skills, then you definitely want to always have another goal, something else to push for. All right. Excuse me. So I ended up using some different colored tabs. You guys might be able to see that here. And so I decided just to pull two quotes out of, or 2 little parts out of each colored section. So here's the first one. Being good at whatever we want to do, playing the violin, running a race, painting a picture, leading a group of people, is among the deepest sources of fulfillment we can ever know. These are things that come at the development of ourselves. These are things, no matter what they are about becoming excellent at it. At becoming excellent at something. That's what that's about. Number 2, what matters is that they were not constrained. What matters is that they were not constrained by particular traits, meaning that skin color, backgrounds, likes, dislikes, those things do not limit a good leader. They will find a way. They will pursue their goals. They will do the work. As Stephen Pressfield writes. Okay. Leaders are literally looking into their own future, knowing what lies ahead for them. They prepare for it and thus perform better. And really what this is saying is that a leader has to have vision. They have to see what they want in the future. They have to create that visually in their minds. And I got to tell you what, if you're struggling with that concept, that is okay, because there's an excellent book called The Ant and the Elephant by Victor Posente that really gets into that concept and really brings it down to, in my mind, to a very simple level to understand. Not simplistic, but simple level to understand. And what that does for you and I is this book tells us that we can do it if we put in the work. And 2, that part of that is creating a vision of what you want to see happen. Interesting thing is a Judaic prophecy was always written in past tense. So it's something I really like. Number five. Culture change starts at the top. As long as those C-level executives think the culture is fine, it will never change. So an individual can do a lot at their level of making improvements. And if they happen to be a manager, then they can have an influence on the people below them. But really, corporate change has to come from the very top. It has to be somebody who's willing to either change and inspire the change, or it has to be willing to step aside to let the right person be the change agent for an organization. Kind of an ugly and famous one is, if I remember the name correctly, John Scully was brought into Apple to kind of help the company grow. And there ended up being a power grab. Steve Jobs got voted out. And it was a decade later that Steve came back, and he was such a phenomenal CEO that he ended up running the company from then until his passing. And then his, I believe, chief operating, I do speak English. His chief operating officer, Tim Cook, became the CEO of Apple. And I got to tell you what, that was not something that I mean, that guy looking on the outside looking in, right? But that was crazy for me. I don't really follow a lot of celebrities, musicians, those kind of individuals. But in the tech world, that's kind of where a lot of my the people I've looked up to or admired have come out of over time. And so that was tough for me. Number 6. We know that great performance comes from deliberate practice, but deliberate practice is hard. It is so hard that no one can do it without a truly extraordinary drive, without passion. So we need to know where that originates. So before Geoff closes up his book, he dives into this concept that, let me go back a little bit. He talks through the book about how the people that succeed are the people that put in the work. Hours and hours and hours of work, becoming excellent at what they do. As Aristotle said, excellence is not an act, but a habit. We are what we consistently do. And the problem with most people, according to the research that Geoff was looking at, is they don't have the drive and determination, the vision, as we talked about a little bit earlier, to see that through to the end. And I gotta tell you, I think the evidence bears that out, because not everyone has what it takes, or everyone would have everything when they wanted. And really, what I think what it takes the most is, according to Aaron Woodward and Chris Brady, who of course I agree with, and it's a hunger for what they want, whether it's for justice or whether it's for success, whether it's a certain dollar amount or type of car. They really have to have an internal hunger, not food hunger, an internal hunger for that thing that will drive them, no matter what the consequences are, no matter what comes, that they will drive themselves. They will put in the work and make that come together. Again, Talent is Overrated by Geoff Colvin. Phenomenal book. Highly recommend it. It's already up on the book list, so you can go check that out. Thanks for joining me today. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please like and share it. If you're looking for someone to help you level up your leadership and people skills, that's what I do at Turning Leaf Solutions. You can connect with me at turningleafs.com, Leafs, and you can book a free consultation there. I love helping people to grow and develop into their best selves. And I'm looking for some people to help because I believe I can help make a massive difference in your life. All right. Thanks again for joining me. Go out and make it a great day. Go out and make it a great month.